Well, I guess to start off with the interview, how happy are you guys to be part of the HardDrive Tour?
Pretty pumped. I mean, that's not the Terry one. No, we really are excited. It's I was just telling them over there, we're big Seven Dust fans, you know, for real. So it's pretty cool when you get to tour with a band that you're a real fan of. You know, it doesn't happen a whole lot. You're just always on tours,
right,
you know, to be out. But when you get to tour with a band that you're a big fan of, you know, it's a really cool thing. And Lou Brutus also, who does HardDrive, has been great for us. He's played our music very early, you know, on both of our singles. He's been a big supporter of us. So it's awesome to be able to come out and be a part of something that they're doing too. So.
That's awesome. So which city has been the craziest so far?
What was that one? Cool one.
I was going to say Atlantic City, but it wasn't that crazy.
Wasn't it? From here?
Oh, the Hartford show.
Hartford. I was going to say if you agreed with the New Revolution.
Yeah, it was unbelievably packed. It had to have been sold out, past sold out, I would say. You know,
yeah, he said they were smashed in like sardines. Like,
I've never been in a club so hot before. Like, it was insane how the temperature in there, because everyone was just so smashed and just, you know, going crazy.
But how is that for you guys, though, being able to like feed off the energy like that? Though?
It's awesome. It's actually a lyric in a song that we have to feed off the energy. It's true though. I mean, we try to do what we do every show, but you know, when the crowd gives it back some, it always makes us, you know, go up a couple steps.
Yeah, well, I've heard too, like, you know, when they got the barricades and it's like a festival and everybody's like way out in the field somewhere, like you can't just...
Yeah, the big festivals, like, they're cool because there's 30,000 people there and it's just like, you know, but they're so far away too, it's kind of just this different, we're just alone up on stage, you know, and kind of just hear all the on. It's just a weird mix. I'd rather play like, you know, a sold out club, you know, a couple thousand people, whatever, any day over like a huge thing like that.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
So is there any area of the country you're looking forward to visiting?
Vegas. We were just in Vegas, but I'm looking forward to going back to Vegas.
We love Vegas. We do try to play craps every once in a while. I usually win.
I usually stay away from the tables, just for safety.
A couple other guys in the band usually lose, but I enjoy going to
Casinos
Vegas.
get their money out of us for the rooms and stuff that we get out of them.
It's funny because we're playing like 4 or 5 casinos on this tour, and every one of the casino dates were either off before the show or off the day after. And I know they did that on purpose. So you
How'd that happen?
Get in there and spend some money, man.
Seven Dust, thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't think that was a coincidence.
No, not at all.
So the second album was released back in June.
Yep.
So how's the feedback been?
It's been really good. You know, we've been lucky enough to be on the road, like right before it came out, up until now. I mean, it's hard to stay on the road these days when you're a support band, kind of like our size. You know, we've got a couple singles out. You know, we're starting to get the name out and stuff, but the state of the economy has a lot to do with it. The state of the music industry has a lot to do with it, but there's not a lot of money. You know, everyone's just...
I was thinking, it's funny like you bring it up because I'm working with a metal band in Philly, and the thing is we're learning now, it's like if you can't bring heads like out to these shows, like for somebody fledgling and trying to make it up, I mean it's like hitting a brick wall. They're like, how many people are you bringing out to the club tonight? And we're like, oh my god, we can't get more than 20. You know?
Exactly. It's tough. So especially for like a touring band, we're 2,000 miles away from home. They want to know how many people we can bring in, you know. But radio is still king in that market. We show up in markets that we get played on the radio, and people show up, you know.
Yeah.
But and then in the meantime, you know, bands are kind of two-timing tours. Like 10 years the headlining band by themselves. So. You know, they can go out and play shows by themselves, but they team up with another headlining band like Seven Dust, so that we could, you know, sell out the clubs instead of, you know, 400 or 500. We can have 1,000 people there, you know. And it's cool if you can be on a tour. It's cool, but you know, if the headliners are teaming up, it leaves a lot, you know, less spots for support bands like us because there's not many tours. So to come all the way back to your question, the feedback's been good because we've been on the road a ton.
I forgot about that question.
You know, we got into this deal.
But, you know, it seems like the single, like the way you move, is picking up just as quickly as Guilty did. You know, even I was looking at chart position when I was even looking some information up on you guys.
Right.
You know, how happy are you to see that happening?
It's awesome. I mean, especially nowadays, it's just as hard to be on the radio than it is to be on a tour. I mean, it's such a fight.
You know, the MP3 generation, has, you know, and satellite radio and everything has definitely been a help to a lot of people too.
Yeah, but it's been good. You know, we're jumping up. We're close to the top 15 song now, which is really good for a band our size. And it's awesome. You know, we go and do whatever we can to be friends with the radio people in every city. You know, we'll go to the city, we'll go to the radio station in the morning, we'll play acoustic stuff, hanging out, do stuff with contest winners, and then we'll play a show that night. And we've just kind of built up relationships with them, you know, from doing Guilty. And so this time it happened a little faster for us. You know, but, yeah.
So I was watching a couple of your road journals and stuff, videos. Are you guys still doing those?
I'm kind of slacking in that department right now.
He's supposed to do them.
I'm supposed to be doing our camera. Our flip quit working. Thank you, flip. It just froze for no reason. It was just like that one. So when we get a new one, we've got some footage in the vault too that I need to cut together.
They break really easily.
Do they?
Laura broke my other flip.
I'm not surprised. They chew on it or something.
No, his little spike knocked it out of my hands.
Oh, nice. Nice. I believe it.
So what's been one of your craziest road stories so far? How do you guys pass the time being out so much?
You know, as boring as it might seem, we play golf, which is pretty funny. If you picture us on a golf course, you know, and all of us play, so it's not like, oh yeah, we do. We have the whole golf attire, nice pinstripe pants and shirts. You know, we can't hide the tattoos, obviously, or the piercings in the hair. So we definitely still get quite a few looks on the course, but we're not bad. So it's not like we're holding people up. You know,
we're better than a lot of people.
Yeah,
surprising, like how bad a lot of people are.
To show, like, you know,
because we're like
shirts at the country club, like how it's done.
Yeah,
we just bought bikes.
You do it. Swing away.
We just bought bikes the other day on Craigslist. Our bass player just bought a bike from a used place, a little like BMX
freestyle
bike.
Yeah, like a truck bike.
And so we would get to a show and we have 4 hours to kill in a parking lot. And so he gets out and goes on a little bike ride. So everyone started getting jealous, and we all bought bikes now. So we have a bike gang pretty much.
Yeah,
as soon as we hit a venue,
gang, dude, we're gonna have a chapter in
we all just come flying out and doing little circles and such.
Yeah, it's pretty
it's a way to kill time.
So, you know, I like to look at music as a universal language that everyone can speak and understand. You know, even if we all take different messages away from it, is there any hope of what yours says to listeners?
Yeah, I don't think it's a secret. We grew up in church like our whole life, so our faith and that part of our life is something that's really big. It's a real part of our life and how we live and stuff. And so that stuff's in there. You know, it's very.
Have you ever found it hard to have that label put on, like a Christian rock label?
I mean, but I mean, we've never gotten any kind of slack or anything for it. I mean, so you think of Christian, you probably a lot of people think of shirt and tie, kind of, you know, got everything together and perfect life, and you know, follow the rules kind of thing. It's just a lot more real to us than that, you know. It's always been a big part of our life, so we can't help that it comes out in our music. You know, it would be wrong for us to not write about that kind of stuff. And so we just try to be honest in the lyrics. You know, it's about stuff that we're dealing with. You know, there's all kinds of, you know, things of hope and you know, perseverance and continuing to fight through things and faith and stuff like that. But at the same time, we're very open about.
It's pretty jacked up, dark stuff in there too.
Yeah, I mean,
which lends itself to rock and roll.
We have problems like everybody has problems, you know, big problems, and we fall short all the time, you know, with everything. So that's all in there as well. You know, we're not hiding that. We don't come into clubs and point fingers at people. You know, we've never been about that. So we just go in and play, and if the music speaks to somebody like that, then that's great. You know, if it doesn't, then it doesn't. You know, it's just either way. You know?
I mean, ultimately, I think you're right. The honesty, you know, what you said before, is what is most important with fans. You know,
they're really attracted to it. We've seen it. We get nothing but respect for it. You know, we don't ever kind of just make songs to make a song. It's always something that we're dealing with, or I am, or someone in the band is. You know, it's just everyday real problems. You know, and how we deal with that. And I think people are just attracted to that kind of honesty, really.
So how gratifying is it for you when a fan comes up and says, you know, your music helped me through this particular situation, no matter what it would be?
We get emails all the time. It's crazy. You know, I always thought that, you know, that kind of stuff would happen, but when it really does happen, you know, it's a pretty humbling kind of thing. You know, it's just cool that music has that kind of effect on people, and it does, it really does.
So what's the craziest thing a fan's ever done to get your attention?
Depends. Right.
Besides,
like during a show?
What did you get? I mean, we get these all the time. Hey, that'll definitely get your attention, but I don't know. People throw stuff at us on stage. They'll bring things. You know, stuffed animals or something. You know, hit you in the head. I look down, and then they get your attention.
It's supposed to be a gift. Throw it at your face. It's for you.
Like, it's always interesting because bands will get like one specific like stuffed animal. Sometimes like one band's getting unicorns. Like,
we get pandas. Like, I don't know why.
Okay, see.
It's just
strange.
Pandas were just coming on stage one day.
Do you remember what band was telling us that they threw the prosthetic leg? Somebody threw that up there.
That's a valuable thing.
Yeah,
you could eat that.
I would definitely take it.
We'll take legs. Arms, whatever.
So can you share with our savers maybe a little history behind the band? You know, what was the scene like for you guys growing up?
There was no scene.
None?
We grew up in like the woods. We grew up in Florida, and everybody thinks it's all beachy and sunny.
What part of Florida is it?
Central Florida is where we grew up. So it's like a swamp. And I don't know, it's a farmer town, like orange groves and cattle, that was about it. Phosphate mining. So there wasn't much of a rock scene there at all. So we kind of had to make our own thing, and that's how we came about.
We just played like locally. We played, you know.
We venture out into Tampa sometimes. It was a big deal.
But we really just started playing music out of boredom because there was really nothing to do. I mean, we grew up on a farm. We're brothers. We grew up in a log cabin in the woods, literally on a farm. And we've known the other guys since they were 2 years old. So it's just this country little hick place, and I don't know how we came out of that. I really don't. It just happened, and we started playing locally, and you know, spreading out through Florida. Yeah. And then, you know, we did the first record on our own, and just started touring on it. Bought a $1,000 van and drove across the country. And that's just kind of what happened. We just started doing stuff on our own, basically.
So, what was the first CD you remember purchasing with your own money?
Ooh.
CD. I remember buying
cassettes. We can get back to cassette tapes.
I don't remember what they were. I remember having the Black Album on cassette. That might have been it for me, the first one.
Offspring,
we were like the Nirvanas, the Bush guys, and the Offspring, because it was that era when we were coming up. You know?
Yeah. Right when we started, Linkin Park's first record came out.
Yeah.
And it just exploded, as you know. Right. The first one. Exactly.
The best one. Yeah.
And I remember going and buying that, and we were thinking, I wonder, is this where music's, like, is this where it's going right now? You know? And we did that. We did that. We did the Linkin Park thing. I gotta admit.
We
did the whole rap.
17 though, so that's our excuse. We didn't know what we were doing.
Just playing.
Just trying.
Copying it. Like, sounds cool. We had turntables.
Oh, we had turntables and everything. We did it all.
As long as you don't bring the audio tune in, we'll be okay.
Right. Yeah.
The T-Pain stuff. We're thinking about that for the next record.
Please no. So, you know, how did it come about? You guys had the theme song for Wrestlemania, like with the show. How did that come about?
The show kind of happened because, you know, it's a story about continuing just to fight through and
I was gonna say it's appropriate.
It's right, and it's a great thing for us as a band. You know, we continue to push and fight. You know, regardless of whatever's going on. So, but at the same time, just being sports fans, we understand that that's a huge outlet for music, especially rock music. So we kind of tempered that song like that, a big kind of sports anthem thing, party kind of thing, and
you
we
find
just had
that with TV in general.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It's like the trailers to movies, things like that.
So we had that in mind, and
yeah, we wrote that song with sports in mind.
Yeah.
Like Josh and Ben are huge sports fans. They watch football like more than anybody. They're on their phones watching scores, you know, live, and when we're driving down the road and that kind of thing. So,
but
they were all into writing a sports song.
Yeah, Wrestlemania just. Our manager happened to know somebody, and he sent them the song while we were in the studio. They actually used it before the record was even out. I mean, they just took it straight from the studio and used it for their Super Bowl event, you know, Wrestlemania. So and we used to watch wrestling when we were kids. So it was pretty cool. That was our first time on national TV, you know.
That's gotta be
International.
surreal.
Yeah, it was.
There were a few like trailers. They used it for trailers, like for a storyline between like Bret Hart and Vince McMahon or something. And so we'd see it on TV here and there, and that was just pretty cool. It was a cool one of those moments where we're like, well, I think we're getting somewhere here. Maybe upper.
So, is it just for fun question? What is the strangest rumor that you've heard about the band?
I don't know. There's been some, man. Dude, there's been so many. The whole thing.
I'm trying to think of a cool one. I mean,
just tonight, someone came up to me and said, all four of you guys are brothers, right? I mean, that's not crazy, but it's just like, where does this stuff come from?
we like Wikipedia always amuses us because I guess you can go on there and just type stuff.
Anybody can have it. But yeah,
So
I've
like
gotten.
they're
Believe me, I have fallen
melodic.
Like go read the description of our music, and that's a crazy rumor to me. It's just like I don't even know what it is. I don't even understand what they're saying.
Like hyphenated 6 times and like
post
this
or modern something.
I just thought we were like hard rock.
That's an interesting genre.
Yeah.
One time somebody said I was on stage and took my shirt off and like cursed God and stuff on the stage.
That was a good one.
It's like, huh? Even if I like was like not, even if I wasn't like a Christian, I still don't think anybody really does that. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
No, not too often.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's funny.
Yeah, well, Wikipedia can really screw you up. Just as an interviewer, if we use it for a tool, we gotta really watch because I've asked some dumb questions and they'd be like, "What? What are you talking about?"
It's on Wikipedia. It's fact.
Yeah, that's it.
It's fact, man. He's legit.
Well, I definitely want to thank you guys for taking the time out to speak with me. You know, is there any message that you would like to share with your fans?
just come to the shows, man.
That's why you can support us, is coming to our shows, you know, and buying the record instead of stealing it.
Right. I mean, we're making a T-shirt.
But we'd rather, even if you steal our record, please still come to the shows.
Right.
And we'll sign your burnt CD.
Yeah, which we do. I think it's funny when people bring up their burnt CDs.
Really?
Yeah. But, yeah, just come. I mean, we love playing live. That's a big part of what we do. And we try to put on a show, you know, so you can see something and hear it. You know, it's not just, you know, we're not worried about playing perfectly and all that. You know, we want to do something that you can watch, you know, and listen to at the same time. So just check the dates out. They're always on MySpace or Facebook. You know, we're touring nonstop to the end of the year. So yeah, definitely come on out and hang.
Awesome. So are you guys always working on new material on the road at all, or are you guys?
Oh yeah.
We do most of it at home, but we're always like we'll throw ideas down on like our phones and that kind of thing. And at home, I think we do most of the writing at home. But you never know.
Yep. We're writing now. The record came out 2 months ago. And we're already writing.
Our manager yesterday was like, "Are you guys writing?" We're like, "Yeah, sure."
Sure we are.
The record just came out.
Great. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Thanks for the video.